I
Asking
guess.
you shall receive.
Hey, I mean, if there's one way to think about it.
I gotta start asking motherfuckers to hit their parlays for me. Josh Hart.
Yeah,
Don't
I mean,
give a fuck about me, I guess.
the
It's all good.
Thanksgiving slate, like, can
Yeah.
is it our turn?
Ask and receive.
Is
Let's
it
allow
our
that.
turn? Can it be like I was like just manifesting shit into success today
Absolutely.
by just saying like FanDuel, is it my turn? BR betting, is it my turn?
Oh, absolutely.
For a big ticket where you guys are tweeting about this page and all this kind of stuff. Like, is it finally our turn?
Facts.
People are putting if you saw the Thursday night game, Steelers Browns, there was a guy that had $8. I forget what the payout was, $5,000 or $6,000, something like that. And he had every touchdown score. Like, he had Jameis Winston on there, he had Warren on there.
I saw that.
I'm like, dude, who?
I saw
how do
that.
you go? When I see these tickets, I'm like, how are you guys picking this shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
You're fucking cracked there.
And I understand, like, oh yeah, well, maybe it's just like a donation. So I'll put $5 on it, or I'll put $8 on
it's
it.
a
But I'm like,
donation,
how,
bro.
regardless of the wager amount,
It's a
how are you picking that?
It's a donation, bro.
You
'cause
picked
that
Jameis Winston to score in a snow game.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
No, it's a little wild. That ticket I was telling you about, that I put a fucking dollar on it, so it wouldn't like 400. It was fucking Oklahoma money line, fucking Trailblazers money line, and then I had MPJ rebounds and AD to score 30 points in that game on the weekend, and AD had like 16. He's a funny guy.
To our turkey games, we know that the Lions always play, and the Cowboys always play. I have some thoughts on
So can we address the comment section? Because supposedly I was like, I'm out of my mind for saying, or were you out of your mind for saying the Lions are going to handle business on Thanksgiving because they should play well in their stadium on Thanksgiving when they're rolling right now? I don't think that was a crazy statement. You know what I'm saying?
Well, based on the Lions' success on Thanksgiving, it's
Okay, bro.
not.
Okay, bro. But that's like depressed Lions fans that are just used to seeing their team.
That's what
lose
I
by
mean.
50
And I'm
or
like,
something. And if we can I remember Calvin Johnson making me hate being an Eagles fan one Thanksgiving. We lost like 48-6, and he had like 4 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford did his thing. So there's definitely some shit there, bro.
the Detroit Lions are 37-45-2 all time on Thanksgiving Day. 9-game losing streak from 2004 to 2012.
All right.
The current drought since 2016 has dragged down their overall record. The Cowboys,
Oh, all right.
who follow the Lions, have played the most Thanksgiving Day games other than the Lions, and they are 32-23-1 in their traditional home games.
So it's just like the R-Raised Lions fans that just like, all right, we fucking suck on Thanksgiving because we had not Dan Campbell, fucking Dan Orlovsky out there and shit like that. My fault, Dan. You know what I'm saying?
But like, we're like, are we
That's
not
not- that-
seeing
if
the
you
teams that we've had these past two seasons?
So that's what I'm saying. If we put context into play, if we know the teams that the Lions have had since I've been alive, bro, we should be fine. We have a good team. We're at home. We're playing Caleb Williams, and then they should have won last week. Or did they win that game? Fucking tripping.
Who, the Lions?
No, the Bears.
No, they lost in overtime.
That's right. Fuck, that was gonna help my case.
So you got 10.5
I
is
think
the
they still
spread, and we know what last week's outcome was for double-digit NFL favorites. You look at the
Yes.
Chiefs, you look at the Commanders.
Yes.
You see 10.5 on Turkey Day in what people are going to be doing a lot of digging into what the Lions do on Thanksgiving, which is not
I think it's a little bit
necessarily win.
I think it's an overthink.
It's a divisional game, and
At the cribbo. Okay, I do think you should caution though, because the Bears have been playing better. The Bears had lost on a blocked field goal versus the Packers. The Bears lost in fucking OT. That game should never went to OT, by the way. Like ever. But They did lose in OT to the Vikings, a formidable opponent. I did call this team scrappy like week 2.
here, look, just give me the over at 48.5.
You think?
Just give me the over at 48.5.
You think?
These Lions know how to put up points consistently. We got
That
games
is true.
of
And
52.
the Bears did just put up some points versus Brian Flores and them.
We got 2 games of 52 this season. I know it was against not
What's
so
that?
great teams.
What's the number on the over-under?
48.5.
Jared Goff got to be
You
doing
got
something out there, right?
You got, I think,
Caleb Williams
3
gotta be
games
hyped.
over 40. You got 2
Yeah.
games of 52.
DeAndre Swift looking better.
We're at home.
Absolutely.
Really, if we can just have the Bears get some guys in the end zone, I think we're fine. It just can't be like the Colts game where it's like
I'm just
Lions are
thinking
doing all the
games
scoring.
in the morning, not morning, early afternoon. Nah, I can
But
see
they're
the
Central Time, so that's
Central
an 11 time.
I could see
11:30 game for
Let's
them.
look at some props. Let's take a look at some props real quick.
Yeah, for
Let's like find a leg or something for the SGP. We don't have to like finalize it, but just look at some TD. Like these lines are crazy. Like Jahmyr Gibbs is like minus 170 to score, I think, right?
180. So is Montgomery.
Like what is that?
Yeah, both of them 180. Amon-Ra snapped his 6-game touchdown scoring streak last week.
It just feels like he would score on Turkey Day. The way he celebrates and shit, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he has some up his sleeve. You know what I mean?
They're planning. They got to be
Nah,
planning.
that's what I was like. This could be dumb. Like, y'all could clown me for this,
dude,
please.
like, what about, like St. Brown and Swift?
No. See, this is where, because Kenny was sharp on the Roshan Johnson. Swift be getting them, because Swift did it with Philly. He be getting you down there and then not getting you in. Like, it's not his fault. He be getting you down there and then he has to tap his head because he did all the fucking dirty work to get you down there. He's tired of shit. Now let Roshan score. It's just a little scary, I feel like.
I just want to look at some receiving props.
Maybe Swift yards could be an angle.
Like, look at that.
A lot of green for Jameson.
J-Dub. What's up?
Yeah, I like that.
So, I want to see what the FanDuel line is, but we got... Just in terms of receiving props for Jameson Williams at 47.5. He's 70%, 7 to 10 in his last 10 games. He's hit this in back-to-back games at 53, 124, and 64. Deep ball threat.
I don't hate it at all.
Just looking at somebody that, because right now we've...
Courtesy of props.cash. A lot of green on there, by the way.
Yep, courtesy. But we've seen on multiple occasions this season, Amon-Ra St. Brown has not been the guy to get his yards. And at 72.5, it's a little scary. I mean, it's just...
He's boomer bust.
Yeah, seriously.
He's boomer bust.
You got...
But I think he gets in the zone.
Me too.
And then Jameson can get us down there type shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got some, like, I think we got some cookies. We can go to the next game. Get some cookies going on.
Yeah, so because we will be building a same game parlay, like including, like, I want to do it. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but I want to do it where we include all 3 games.
Yes. Yeah, maybe a leg or 2 from each.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A leg or 2 from each. Maybe it's 6 legs or maybe it's 4.
Why are you skipping?
Oh yeah.
Why are you skipping the marquee matchup?
The marquee matchup.
The mid game. This is Nancy Roma, bro. This is what we all.
Yeah,
this is the dinner time game. This is the game we scheduled to all watch.
4:30. Yeah,
absolutely.
Watch is crazy. The Giants at Jerry's World against the Cowboys in a thriller where the Cowboys found a way to win as 10.5-point underdogs.
Unbelievable.
On the road in a divisional matchup against the Commanders.
Versus the
frauds. Very simple. Very simple. So you got a 3.5-point spread. There's 90% of the money right now on, this is Tuesday, of the money on Dallas, and 85% of the bets on Dallas. This is per FanDuel.
2 weeks in a row, 90% of the nation is betting against Thomas Danny DeVito II.
But this makes sense because, you know, we talked about it last week. Obviously, the public won on the Bucs. It was 82% of the money on the Bucs. It makes sense. The Giants weren't going to score. Even Giants fans, I said it myself. It makes sense just to take the Bucs. Like, I'm surprised that it was 5.5. That should have been a double-digit spread, to be honest. Like, I'm not even saying that. Hindsight 2020. I'm saying that pre-game that should have been 10.5 points or 9.5. Whatever it is, it should have been you got to win by 10 for that spread to hit. And you look at the Giants right now; they're in absolute shambles. Multiple media outlets, multiple team members coming out, kind of neighbors especially talking about it's not the quarterback. It's the same outcome.
We're tanking.
We're in tank mode officially. So, and you have to kind of justify that even more, you have Micah Parsons after their big win saying to reporters after the game that I'm not tanking as long as we're still playing. We got 7 games to go.
Players don't tank. You know my theory on that. It's just so shameless. That shit comes up top, and I think it's really into effect with it. Like, I think, okay, you throw specific players and it makes people get upset, but I think there's some real tank for Shador, tank for Cam going on from up top. I don't know how it's being done, but I don't know how you can bet on the Giants possibly ever. I understand if it's 90% of the money, all this shit, but it's for sure stay away or you bet on the Cowboys. The Cowboys have fried me this year. You know this more than anybody in the fucking world. The Cowboys have fried the shit out of me this year. I don't think there's any other side to go to but the Cowboys in the situation, though, to be honest. And I think I'd be so scared to take the Cowboys as a side. Like, I think this is a situation where you eye Cowboys props. If they win by a lot, we get a lot of props to be hitting and shit. CD's been slowing down. Thanksgiving, little star day. You know what I'm saying?
It's just hilarious that, like, the Giants just never win this game against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Like, we've seen it on multiple different occasions. Like, they are just not good in front of Jerry's World fans who, I mean, I guess maybe that win gets more butts and seats because we were talking about this early last week, and those ticket prices were all the way in the bottom at like $25 to sit up top, which is obviously, again, Cooper Rush, injuries. The team was on a 6-game skid. They haven't won a game at home this season. This is obviously going to be the game that they win. Like, nobody can change my mind. The fact that the Giants are only plus 180 to win the game is just crazy, in my opinion.
I think it's telling, bro. Like, you get, like, if you're a spot better, because I try to bridge the gap between betting spots and betting, like, numbers and value and money and shit. It's low-key a Giants spot. Cowboys off a massive underdog divisional win. Get prime for a letdown spot. Shorter week because we're playing on Thanksgiving now. Practices probably weren't as intense going into this game. A lot of call-outs in the Giants locker room to the front office and shit. It's just like I can't back a team that's like clearly tanking, bro.
But if you
know
look
what I'm
at
saying?
it,
Like, I don't know if it's like it's so negligent to put your money on a team that is clearly tanking.
But there's just nothing.
I would get it though if you hold the Giants money line and you take it and you hit it, like, bro, like, hats off.
Good for you.
Oh, no,
there's just no way that what I've seen from this Giants team with Daniel Jones, without Daniel Jones in this last game, that makes me want to take him.
As far as props though, like someone who's watches all the Giants games, Jitterbug Singletary's been kind of doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? I think Wandale's line was as low as like 40.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wandale, and then
if we're not gonna target Malik, can we target Wandale?
Yeah, but also like it makes me think like, you know, I want to put.
Do we take Malik unders at this point?
No,
like, we're taking.
The opposite. I mean, they asked Dable. Yeah, it is, because they asked Dable about Malik's comments, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, we gotta get him the ball."
What's that line? 57.5.
57.5.
I feel like that's criminally low for fucking.
Absolutely. I mean, he was sitting at in the 70s the past like month.
What's the receptions line? 5.5.
5.5. Yep.
That's a good line for him, bro. He likes.
Wandale at 3.5. I would take that too.
You like that?
I just think it's hilarious that we, in terms of what Malik said after the loss, like, you're targeting me when it's 30-0. Why not? What am I supposed to do? Why not get me the ball when it's 0-0 or 7-0? Something where I have a chance to do something. So
maybe it's a sneaky Malik Neighbors, like, you know, the first quarter all little plays, like sneaky first quarter receiving yards, first half.
You know, you might be right about that.
First half, anytime touchdown score, something like that. Maybe like Malik gets in the end zone, bro. It's Turkey Day. I'd probably like to target Malik, honestly. And because at this point, I'd be happy to lose my money if he's fucking this pissed off and the coach is saying it and he's saying it. And I would want to get this line before it gets boosted up like tomorrow and Thursday morning, because it's probably going to go up to 60-something when it's fucking almost turkey time.
I'm also taking CD2. He slaughtered them in the Thursday night game.
What's his line?
69.5. He slaughtered them.
That's a lot.
Also, the Giants secondary is an absolute shambles.
Yeah, that's
Deontay Banks has taken a major step back. They just need so much help in the secondary. This defense is so much different than last year and the year before, and it's just scary to watch.
Love, like
nobody,
yeah.
And it's just frustrating that the one side of the ball that was the most confident is now just one side, which is just a defensive front.
Yeah, I was gonna say one unit,
like literally one unit, and arguably one damn guy.
Yeah,
like seriously.
Big
so
snacks.
It sucks that I know that this game was always going to be scheduled where the Giants are playing the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, but nobody gives two shits about this game.
We can hit some props though. We can hit some props though.
There's just nothing in my mind that says that the Giants win this game, unless we say that this is rigged, like it was in the Thursday night game when Aubrey missed that kick to not cover the spread of 5.5.
You never know.
So this could be a little call from Vegas. All the money's on Dallas again.
You never know.
So that's the one thing that I would take. Will
you be able to tell your son you did not give up on the 2024 Giants? I have a theory going right now, not to sidetrack too much, but I will bet on the Sixers until I'm an absolute rat piss. I will not be able to tell my kids I gave up on the 2024 Sixers. You have a position to do the same.
Yeah,
unfortunately, my kids aren't going to give a shit about the 2024 Sixers, and your kids aren't going to give a shit about the 2024 Giants. But fuck it, bro. Like, it's just legacy. You know what I'm saying?
The slate picks up at the night game just because.
An actual good football game. When everyone's fucking trying to go to sleep.
Dolphins in Lambeau. Tua, after coming back these last 5 weeks, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Waddle after coming back last week.
Yeah, this is actually going to be a great game, and we were all over the Packers. I know Brock Purdy was out. That line went from 1.5 to 5.5, almost 6.
I don't think it would have mattered.
It wouldn't have mattered. It seriously wouldn't have mattered.
I'm
Again,
a hater, though.
Hey, we saw what happened when Tua had to go play in cold weather against the Chiefs in the playoffs. We got to go to cold weather in Green Bay. I'll take the Packers. It's 3.5. I'll take the Packers 3.5. I don't care.
Let me see his money.
58% on Green Bay. of the 58% of the money on Green Bay and 59% of the bets on Green Bay.
So
Kind of torn.
here's my thing, bro. Like I gotta take my time with this one, bro. Cause like notoriously, bro, I think in this spot you gotta take the Dolphins, bro. It sounds fucking crazy because they're going on the road to the fucking Lambeau, and I do agree. I think in cold weather they're probably a little worse, but won their last 3, complete desperation mode, still below 500. Second in the AFC East as it stands, are not going to win that division, but they're very much in the mix in the wild card. And all these games matter way, 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 way too much. It does mean the same on the Packers side. I just think it's a little more desperation for the Dolphins. Can you look up Packers? Does the Packers have Thanksgiving history?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, like I kind of want to know about that as well. At this stage in the season, it's so hard to back Miami going to Lambeau, bro. Okay, we're not subscribing, guys. Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, I just don't know that many games that the Packers have. Was it last year?
On Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was Packers, Lions last year. First time that the Packers have hosted on Thanksgiving since the Bears in 2015.
Okay, so not much history. Okay, so like this game's definitely a popcorn game for me. How I'm probably gonna look at this game. Can you go to the Packers schedule? I think the Packers have won a shit ton of close games. I mean, I watch a lot of Packers games. I love Jordan Love, and like, from my recollection, it's been a lot of really, really close games.
Yeah. So where? Okay. So hold on. So.
Okay, a little incorrect. It's slightly, but like kind of incorrect, but kind of right.
Well, if you look at the last 4, 30-27 in Jacksonville, 24-14 lost to the Giants, lost to the Lions at home.
There's a little bit of validity to it, but not too much.
2019.
I was thinking. So what my original thought process. The Dolphins in desperation mode, right? But it's home. It's Sunday night or Thursday night, Thanksgiving night for the Packers. I'm looking for the Packers to come out hot, score first, like kind of like last night. Chargers go up 10-0. Obviously, still a good spot for the Ravens, taking kind of live desperation mode, kind of a thing.
Which was true.
I think you could see, like, I would never talk you all from taking the Packers in this spot. I think it's actually a good spot for them. If you do believe in the Dolphins match, though, and I kind of do as well, I will look for them to go down early, kind of start slow, Packers start hot, and you can get like a 7, 7.5. I'd even with like a 6. This game I'm probably gonna decide like on the day because I'm a Packers guy, and I think LaFleur, me personally, in a game like this, especially the importance. Let's talk coaching. Like, who would you rather? Like, coaching quarterback, I have to go with the Packers, bro.
Obviously,
you know what I'm saying. So when you're betting a game like this, coaching quarterback, I definitely strongly lean Packers. But that Dolphins live value, I think you'll be able to get. That's how I look at it. I think it's good. I think it'd be a valuable prop game too.
Possibly the under there too, 47.5. Cold weather, Lambeau.
How do cold weather too? How do the Dolphins rank against the run? Because Josh Jacobs had 100 yards rushing last week. Let's see their defense.
And 3 touchdowns.
So the Dolphins pretty good. Dolphins are 6 total yards, 8 versus pass, 9 versus the run. Should be interesting, bro.